It didn't look very welcoming and neither did the area. Mother pulled into the car park, but I really didn't want to get out of the car. Although I knew I'd have to. When I had, she twisted my sash so the bow was at the back and put a girly white handbag over my shoulder. "What's that for?" I moaned. "It's a handbag," she told me. "Your dress doesn't have any pockets, so you need a bag," she said, before taking me inside. I gulp as I'm faced with 10 or 12 other kids, all wearing white dresses with either white tights, knee or ankle socks, and each carrying a white handbag. Their dresses weren't identical, but they were similar. And all of them bore a miserable expression on their faces. A grown-up approached and Mother introduced herself. "You need to go in the other entrance. Out the door, to the left, round the side. There'll be a queue," the woman told us. So out we went, following her directions around the building where a queue of about 5 kids waited with a parent or guardian. Mother made small talk with the adult nearest, about the weather mostly. The queue didn't move very quickly. In fact, we shuffled forward a couple of feet every 5 minutes. Mother checked her watch and said I'd be late at this rate as it's already 5 to 8. When we finally got to the front of the queue, I was asked my name and taken into a small room. Mother followed. A buxom lady with a stern expression looked me up and down. She asked if it was my first time and I nodded. "And you've brought your nappies?" she asked. I said, thinking I'd misheard but knowing that I hadn't. "In your handbag, Perry," my mother said. It never crossed my mind to look inside the bag, and when I did, there inside was several factory-folded disposable nappies. "What are they for?" I asked. My voice was shaky, my hands shakier. "They're for you, Perry," my mother said. My jaw dropped as I turned to face her. "Face me, boy." The buxom lady instructed me to give her one of my nappies and with a hesitant trembling hand, I did exactly as I was told. "Put your arms up like this," she said, raising her hands high above her head. I hesitated but raised my hands, only for my mother to whip her hands under my dress, pull my knickers down to my ankles before swiftly lifting my skirt all the way up and holding me and my skirt in a bear hug. The lady quickly fitted the nappy as I wriggled and writhed in a futile attempt to at least hinder its fitting. My knickers were pulled up over the nappy. Or so I thought. In the scuffle, they'd dropped off my ankles and lay discarded on the floor. My mother let go of me and told me to put my knickers back on. The buxom lady picked them up and handed them to me. "Put them on, Perry," my mother repeated. "Unless you don't want to cover your nappy." "Why do I have to wear a nappy?" I whined. "I'm 11. "The same reason you have to wear a dress." "It's the rules," my mother replied. "I don't make them. I don't necessarily like them either. But like you, I have to abide by them," she said. I perched on a stool and threaded my feet through the frilly leg holes, then stood and pulled them all the way up. In the quick scuffle, I realized that the lady had not only fitted my nappy but also pulled a pair of milky see-through rubber knickers over it, which left the pastel-colored design on the front of the nappy perfectly visible. It's a butterfly and I felt physically sick just looking at it. I wasted no time pulling my big baggy knickers over it and realized that they're not knickers, they're a nappy cover. Mother led me out of the changing room and the next boy was called inside.